You know, Charlie Kirk is a terrific person. He's mainstream, conservative, but solid as a rock.
The Charlie Kirk Show.
I want to tell you guys about Why Refi. Why Refi, they're amazing supporters of this show. You guys can get out of debt today at whyrefi.com. Private student loan debt in America totals about $300 billion. About $45 billion of it is labeled as distressed. Why Refi refinances distressed or defaulted private student loans that others simply will not touch. They provide you with a custom loan payment, and they do not care what your credit score is. Go to whyrefi.com. Can you imagine being debt-free and not living under this burden anymore? Go to whyrefi.com. That is YREFY.com. Bad credit is accepted, and if you have a co-borrower, Why Refi can get them released from the loan. You can give mom or dad a break. So go to whyrefi.com. Let's face it, if you have distress or defaulted private student loans, nobody is coming to bail you out, and bankruptcy is not an option. Again, they've supported our Student Action Summit. They have supported us really wonderfully. Go to whyrefi.com. That is YREFY.com. So check it out right now, whyrefi.com. That is whyrefi.com. Email us, as always, freedom@charliekirk.com. We're dedicating this entire hour to South Park because of the cultural power that South Park has. And we're going to keep dissecting, analyzing, and honestly laughing at parts of it. Stay right there. Okay, everybody, we're here at the mobilebitcoin.com studio. Tyler, I want to just ask, Tyler Bowyer's here, runs Turning Point Action, has been around for a decade at Turning Point USA. Tyler, when you first started, could you ever imagine that this journey of our work on college campuses would be not just a one-liner, but prominently displayed on a major show as South Park, a cultural institution? Tyler, before we play more pieces of tape, just reflect on the cultural powerhouse and how we are living rent-free in the feeds of the producers and the writers of South Park. Tyler.
Charlie, I was just thinking about this because you're not far from a campus that I was just reminiscing I had gone to all by myself, and there was nobody there, and you're hauling out tables. I mean, Charlie can remember all this. Hauling out folding tables and being out there, and we've talked about this frequently about how crazy it is that we just go out there and there'd be nobody, right? Like it would like an hour would go by and like 15 kids would go by and one would kind of stop and like flick the stuff off your table and you'd have to try to engage them a little bit.
Yep.
And now it's like, it's taken over TikTok. It's taken over all social media. You've transformed the entire, dialogue that exists in America between young men and like crazy woke, psychotic young people who have been indoctrinated, and they're changing their minds every single day from this. And now for it to be, I couldn't even imagine, because I when I've been on those trips 10 years ago, Charlie, like going to every campus, I would stay up late at night, and the only thing on all night long is South Park on Comedy Central. So I would kind of like turn it on and do work and zone out. And for all of this to be all in like one place now, where they're like actually, revering Charlie Kirk on South Park, is just like so mind-boggling to me. Like I don't even feel anything right now. It's crazy. It's like,
well, and for me to depersonalize it, and Blake or Andrew or Jack can chime in. The thing I'm actually most proud of is the concept.
Yeah.
Okay, the name is obviously cool, but the fact that a concept, Andrew or Andrew chime in, that Andrew, you remember when you and I were like, hey, we should do more of these campus tour stops. They kind of come up to the mic, we film it, we put it on the internet. That we did not just go viral, but we created a recognizable genre, like a genre of viral videos.
And the editing style. Like I said, there's other people that have gone to campus for sure. Nobody had the infrastructure like Turning Point USA with all the campus chapters that were able to, because people don't understand, you have to be a registered student group in order to reserve the space and get the permitting. And I mean, we have thousands of chapters with hundreds of thousands of students all across the country. And so it's really, there's nobody that can do it at the scale that Turning Point can do, but even the editing style that our team that's watching us do this right now has been a part of, creating that split screen effect. I mean, these are their ideas of how to edit these videos, and it's fantastic to watch them even capture that and to emulate that. But yeah, when you think about it, I mean, Charlie, I remember when we were problem solving what to do on campus, because we would have 3,000, 4,000 tickets by students that would ask for tickets to these events. And then the campuses would give us a tiny little room that would seat 400 kids. And they wouldn't let half the people in. The people would be mad at us like we had done something wrong. And so I'll never forget it. It was out of necessity that this quad image that is now permeating culture was born, where it was like, hey, let's just go set it up in the quad, and we'll put loudspeakers up and a mic, and we'll just kind of do it out where everybody can come, and you don't need to have a seat or a ballroom or a lecture hall, and they can't screw with us out there. And I remember when it was at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo in Blue, California in the spring of 2024. It was one of the first campus stops, and about 1,000, 1,500 kids show up, and they just started singing the national anthem organically out of nowhere. And I remember seeing that clip, and I had chills, and I said, Charlie, something's happening. And you looked at me and you were like, it's like something is really happening. And it took the news media another year to figure it out, but we knew exactly when it congealed, when it came to a head, and we could feel the energy really gathering. And the fact is that, much credit to the team, because as big as the fall semester was ahead of the election, spring semester was twice as big online.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. Okay, after the break, we're going to play more of our viral and pretty amazing moment on South Park. And look, we're conservatives. We have good senses of humor. You guys can make fun of us. We just kind of roll our eyes. We say whatever. And honestly, some of the one-liners, they kind of captured some of the stuff. And we're going to get to the funniest parts have yet to come, where when I saw this, I was not just laughing out loud. I was laughing uncontrollably, because just the way the best humor is that it's a little skewed from the truth. It's just a little bit more of a push of an exaggeration. And I think that they hit the mark on some other parts of it. It's kind of shrug your shoulders, whatever. Email us, freedom@charliekirk.com. Subscribe to our podcast. More of our reflections of South Park in a second.